Ladies and gentlemen, the C1. Yo, Kippy Sky here, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm finally bringing you guys the review of the LG C1 55-inch OLED TV. Now, if you missed last week, I did a little teaser trailer, a little unboxing of this TV, kind of showing you around the television and then putting it in the place that you see it now. And so I've had about a week or pretty close to it of a lot of content watching, a lot of different movies, a lot of different regular YouTube videos, TV shows, whatever. I've come to a conclusion on this television and what I think about it. Now, it is calibrated, so I got it to look as good as I can get it to look in this environment, and I had a lot of watch time on it so far, so I think I know what I want to say. Now, if you're not familiar with the Kippy Sky channel, you may not know that I had the LG C7. That was my first ever OLED TV. The LG C7 came out late 2016 into 2017, I think, and I've had that since then. I recently sold it to a subscriber and purchased this one. And so I'm going to be making some comparisons from the older latter models to this one now, and just kind of my experience overall. But first, before I go into the picture quality as it is, I want to talk about some of the features and what you get with the LG C1. The remote, I think, is one of the most overlooked parts of a lot of different manufacturers' product line, TVs, receivers, whatever. I think a lot of people skip over the remote, and maybe so LG back in 2017 with my previous C7 OLED. This remote is a new iteration of that, and it's still a magic wand, which I absolutely love, but they've redesigned it. They made it a little bit longer and not as wide, but all the buttons that you care about still fit within thumb's reach. So their cursor wheel, the scroll wheel, all that stuff, the OK button. And then they added some quick hot links to some of your favorite apps like Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, and so on and so forth. So you have a voice command as well on this remote, so you can talk straight to it and it'll input whatever you say. So this is a really nice remote that you get from one of their lower tiers of this television, and I really like their remote, and I think this is the way to go. Other companies should follow suit if they're not already. This is a really good remote. It has a good healthy weight to it. The batteries underneath add to it because they're AA, but a really healthy weight, and it looks, for what it is, appealing. All the buttons that I care about are here. The only thing that it does not have is a backlight, which is okay actually, because all the buttons that you have that you're going to use the most, you memorize them pretty quickly where they are. So I use this all the time in the dark. I only watch TV during nighttime before bed, and I know exactly where all my buttons are. It's really easy to use, and then you can just shake the remote and then you'll get your cursor wheel. Let me shake the remote here, and then your cursor wheel will come up. So now here it is. You guys can see the pointer, and I can kind of just control whatever I want to control with the remote, and then just click any other button to turn it off. It's really easy to use, and the batteries last forever. In my 2017 OLED, I never changed the batteries in those 4 or 5 years. Never changed it. So it's pretty incredible. The remote's really good design. A++ for this. One of the changes that I'm coming from the previous OLED to this new one is the new interface that you get. You no longer have like that little tile that came from the bottom when you press the home button. Now you have its own little interface where you can go through, and it kind of tries to give you some of these hot links, what it thinks you want to watch, maybe some recommendations from different apps, what's trending, and so on and so forth. And I believe as you go through this and as you watch things, it'll start to learn what you want to see the most and kind of put it in the forefront. And then this middle row here is all the apps. Right now, this is how the apps are laid out by default. I haven't changed or reorganized any of these, but you can. So you can put some of your favorite apps right here at thumb's reach. Me, I only use YouTube on here most of the time, so YouTube's always right there. But I can organize these how I want to. I can take some away, add some on, whatever I want to do. If I download Amazon Prime, it can be here. Whatever I want is right here. And then your input selections as well. And then whatever you're hooked up to, it notices what soundbar I'm using. It knows exactly what soundbar I'm using and how to communicate with it. So it's a really nice and quick interface. It loads up really quickly quickly, and you can set it when you turn on the television to come to this screen if you want it to by default if you like to, which mine does, so I can click on YouTube and I can get right into what I came to do. And so really simple and easy to use, a lot of different things on here, including the ability to web browse if you like to. And like I said, with that magic wand remote, it makes it really easy to use the web browser. But really simple and easy. It is really appealing. It makes the background dark and then puts all the apps in a lighter color, so the contrast is easy to see what you're doing and where everything is at. So I like it. Some people like the old style. Me personally, I like this version of webOS a lot better. It just looks a lot cleaner, a little more up to date, a little more modern. So A++ on that as well. So next up are the settings of the TV. Now I'm not gonna go through every setting on this television because there are quite a bit of things that are in here, including the ability to change picture. You can control how it looks, how it acts. You can have eco mode, how it performs. You can turn on game mode, game optimizer. You can change your audio. Whatever you want to do, you can do it in this TV. But I wanted to kind of go more of how it's organized and how easy it is to get around. You have four main categories with subcategories within those tiles there, and you can see it has a lot of different things that you can do. There's some friendly user settings, and then if you really want to go deep in, you can go into the advanced settings and really get it going. One of the cool things about this TV is the new AI service that it has. Well, maybe it's new for me, maybe not in other generations, but the AI service is nice too because it uses artificial intelligence for a lot of different things. One of them is Bing Picture. It can decide what's the best picture for you, what you're watching, and the environment that you're in if you want it to. You can have AI service for your audio. It can decide what audio is best to be sent to a soundbar or a receiver or to come out of this TV itself. Now this is HDMI 2.1. It does feature eARC, but it does not it does not support Dolby Atmos to be sent through the TV to whatever audio source. So if you're somebody who needs that to be a feature, this does not have it, surprisingly, which is a shame to see being so new of a TV, and that software's been out for a while now. So, but it is eARC HDMI 2.1, 4K 120 if that matters to you. But there's so many different settings you can go into and really fine tune the TV to perform and look and operate just like you like it to. I've gone through here multiple times and really done a lot of different things to the television, especially in the advanced settings where I can really just change every little detail of the television to make it look good. We will go through the picture settings here in just a moment and what I have set and how I set it. But this is the menu. It's just a small little menu, and I like the fact that you can make adjustments while seeing the screen, what's playing right now, so you can see what you're doing. A lot of TVs don't do that, and I think that's a misfire on their behalf. But really nice menu, pretty easy to get around, and another A++. Now let's talk game mode just briefly. There are people who are going to wonder how this TV does for games. And this TV was made to be a TV you can game on or even use as a PC monitor. Gaming on this television is 10 out of 10. I have an older generation Xbox One X. That's the one previous to the new Xbox Series S. I have the Xbox One X. And this TV does incredible for it. In HDR or 1080p or 4K, whatever you're going to throw at it, it does absolutely amazing. Not only is the picture incredible looking, but the response time and the lag input is incredible. This TV has just over 5 seconds of a 5 millisecond response time. 5 milliseconds is quick. Some gaming monitors are around 4 or 5 milliseconds. The best obviously is 1 millisecond, but 5 milliseconds on a 55-inch OLED Dolby Vision HDR10 TV is incredible. There is zero complaints. So if you compete relatively competitively on a video game, a first-person shooter, this TV will not disappoint you, and it will look good, and it's 55 inches. So if you're a gamer out there looking to pair this up with the PS5 or the Xbox Series X, this will do just fine. Like I said, 4K 120, and then it supports all the other resolutions as well. So you have a TV that is a high performer and looks really good doing it. So if you are a gamer, this may be a TV to look at for sure. Oh, by the way, A++. All right, so let's talk picture quality. Well, first, there are 4 HDMIs, HDMI number 2 being the eARC input with the 4K 120, and you have about maybe 3 different USB ends that you can connect to this TV and charge whatever, or plug in a Fire Stick or a thumb drive, whatever you want to. You have that, and then you have a few different audio outputs that you can use as well. So whatever you're connecting will be compatible with this TV more than likely. But the picture quality on this out of the box was okay, maybe 6 out of 10. It was a little bright. I think I remember it being a little blue, not enough warmth to it. Skin tones were a little pale. So you do want to go in and try to find a professional calibrator or some kind of source to help you calibrate your TV if you care about the image quality. When you're getting a TV that costs this much, when you're getting a TV that can look this good, you want to go in and calibrate it and try to get the best picture out of it, get all of your money's worth out of it. And I did that. Out of the box, it was It looks good, but it's like in a vivid kind of mode, IFS mode, I think it was, IFS day or something. You really want to go and calibrate it. And once you do, you bring out an image that is, I can't think of a word that's better than breathtaking. It's just the best word to think about it. And I was skeptical buying this television because I had a hard time seeing a difference between, or if I would see a difference between my previous OLED and this OLED, like how much better could it be? This thing, you can easily tell a difference between the C7 from 17 to the C1 from 2021. It just looks so much better. Of course, the blacks are blacks. They are inky, they will always be, but the colors seem to be just a lot more vivid. The software, the interface, the webOS moves a lot faster, it's a lot quicker. Even like regular content like 1080p YouTube videos still look better. And I think it's because the 4K upscaling that this TV does is a lot better than what it was in the C7. And so watching regular content that I watch every day for the last 4 or 5 years looks better on this TV, even though it's the same person with the same setup, with the same face and the same camera quality. It just made everything look better. And you guys can kind of see it now. This is in 4K Dolby Vision right now. It looks absolutely amazing. Like I said, inky blacks, and the way, since OLED is it's individually lit, you don't have light bleed anywhere. You don't have any kind of like ghosting around images. It looks good. Even in really dark corners, you can still pick out detail. It is absolutely amazing. And so this is why I just can't pick an LED or a QLED or a micro LED over an OLED. You just cannot replicate something like this the way the OLED does. You just cannot do that. The black contrast, especially in the dark room, is great. The brightness gets plenty bright. This is nowhere near the brightness that this TV can produce. And I have 2 YouTube studio lights shining on this TV right now, and you can see it just fine. Viewing angles are incredible. I can see absolutely everything, and I'm almost 180 degrees on the side of the television. It's just a TV that I'm gonna continue to buy over and over and over again until LG stops making the best TV. I think it's the best TV, in my personal opinion. Now, if we're getting nitpicky, Sony does a few things better than OLED, or excuse me, than LG, just by a little bit. But overall, I think this is one of the best TVs that you can get. I don't think there's gonna be a single person who buys this that will be disappointed. So if you're looking at this TV and you're comparing it to other TVs, this is hard to pass up. If you're gonna buy something else, I think Sony may have a slight, like the A80, I think it is, A90J, something like that. It may be just a tad bit better in some aspects, but I think overall, you can't beat this television. You just cannot do it. And so I've been happy with it so far. It's been an incredible television. I have no problems with it. I had no problems with my previous LG OLED, and I hope to be able to say that for a while. So this is my review of the C1. Incredible picture quality. It blows my mind every day that I watch it. It operates quick, interface is quick, remote works perfectly. Remote works really well, actually. I can take this remote and go outside and it still controls my television, even though there is 0 line of sight. I guess I don't know how it works, Bluetooth, infrared, I don't know what it does. But it is just an amazing TV, and they offer different sizes, 48, this is a 55, I think there's a 65. I don't think this one goes up to 75. I think you gotta go to the next step higher. But with that being said, guys, leave me a comment down below. Have you seen this TV in person? If you have, let me know in the comment section below what you think about it. If you haven't, go to Best Buy right now and go look at this TV. It is absolutely amazing. Leave me that comment down below, hit that like button, and subscribe if you are not already. We will see you in the next video. Cape-Based Guy out. Peace. Oh, by the way, A++.